guys! So today I'm going to do stupid things I used to believe when I was a child. Number 1. I used to believe that when people hung around each other a lot, they'd start to look alike. Like, that's why I used to think twins looked alike, because, you know, they're together since birth, so I used to think that's why they looked alike. Or if, like, two friends hung around each other the whole time, I used to think that they'd start to look like each other. I did some research and I found out that if you do hang around with someone a lot, that you don't start to look like them, but you start to do similar things that they would do. Like, I don't know, like, you might pronounce something the same way they would, just because, like, you're around them the whole time. And so that's I kind of was right, but I wasn't exactly correct. Number 2. The moon. The man in the moon. Most kids used to believe in the man in the moon. I actually used to think it was the man on the moon. I used to actually believe there was, like, a man orbiting around on the moon for some reason. I don't know. I didn't think about that very well, but I used to always think there was always an astronaut, just one person on the moon, and I used to think if you looked hard enough you'd see him. Number 3. I used to believe that if you swallowed the seeds from an apple or a pear, that you'd grow branches, like you'd grow leaves. I don't know, I think my dad put that one into my head, because I remember one day I was like, it's not true, Dad. Like, I thought I was so cool, thinking I was like, yeah, right, that's not true, I'm gonna eat the seed anyway. And I remember, like, Dad was like, fine, I'll eat them with you. So we were both just sitting there eating an apple, and we both swallowed the seeds. And he went outside for a while and then came back in, and he stuck branches on his head, and he was like, Katrina, quickly, what are you gonna do? This happened to me, look what happened to me. And I was like, I started panicking, thinking I was gonna start growing branches, but I didn't realize at the time that he just, like, put them on his head. Number 4. You know the movie Matilda? Do you know why she used to read all the time, and she could move stuff with her eyes and her hands and stuff? Like, I used to think that if I sat down and I read loads and loads and loads of books, that I'd get that power. So I turned into a bookworm. I literally went to my library every week, and I got 2 books every week, and I finished those 2 books every week. I was actually pretty good when it came to reading. I always finished my 2 books. I tried really hard to try and make the Cheerio move. I used to sit and, like, stare at the Cheerio and, like, think if I stared at it long enough that it would move. Number 5. This is the last one, and this has to be the weirdest one. I was a strange child, okay? I used to think that if I slept all day long, if I just lay in bed all day and slept all day long, that I would just grow really tall. And I really wanted to be tall because I used to want to be a model. So this is when I was around 6 or 7. I remember during the summer holidays, I remember actually being in my brother's room, because he was like, he's 6'2", 3, I don't know, he's tall. And I used to think that he's really tall because he was always in his room and he used to always be sleeping and stuff. That's just because he was a teenager at the time, but I didn't know that. And so I remember trying to sleep all day long, and once that didn't work, I knew I wasn't going to be tall, so I decided, right, I'll be short instead. And I used to think that, because you know the way that's saying, if you put a brick in your head, you stop growing or something? I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like that. So I used to think, right, if I do a headstand against my door, and I stay at that for 10 minutes a day, I will stop growing and I'll get to be a short person. So I didn't want to be a normal person, I just wanted to be either tall or short. Anyway, those are 5 things that I used to think were true as a child. So if anyone else had, like, strange things they used to believe as a child, I'd actually love to read your comments, so please, like, comment something. And please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have subscribed, then thank you! And I'll have another video for you next week, so bye!